Oh, no, I have a wedding today and it's pouring down. What am I gonna do? Damn! Okay, so what you've just seen is pretty much your first reaction when it happens to you the first time you are a wedding photographer, and the first time you come on a Saturday morning with the day where you have the wedding, you look outside and it's pouring down, it's windy, the sky is grey, it's just horrible. Now, a lot of photographers would probably look at this and think, oh, this is just a nightmare. What I'm gonna do is gonna be horrible. I'm gonna get all my equipment wet. I'm gonna get terrible pictures, and it's gonna be a disaster. The bride and groom are gonna be unhappy. It's just gonna be terrible, and this is totally wrong. The bride and groom are getting married on that day, so okay, the weather, it's something that obviously you can predict, but it happens. And when it's bad weather, well, believe me, the bride and groom is there. It's probably one of the best days of their life, and what happens, they will be happy, and it will be a good day. And that's how you have to think. You have to think positive. Bad weather, I don't see bad weather as how would I phrase it? I don't see bad weather as a problem. I see bad weather as an opportunity, and an opportunity to get different type of photographs. Now, if you go and meet a bride and groom for the first time and show your work, if you can demonstrate that you can get great pictures in the worst condition possible, you pretty much that's pretty much a battle won. You should get that contract as long as you don't mess up somewhere else. And the reason for that is that weather is always been probably 80% into the head of your client when they get married. You know, coming out of the car, you know, with the beautiful big white dress, you know, they want a good weather. They want something that's gonna, you know, where everyone's gonna be able to go outside, enjoy their day, speak to each other. And it's true that if the weather is not good and you have to stay inside, well, it's a bit of a problem, you know. And you have to make kind of plan Bs. But as a photographer, you don't think the same. As a photographer, you have to take opportunities from this weather and make the best of it. Now, I'm just going to show you a few things that I personally use when the weather is bad. And something that is very cheap is sandwich food bags. Now, they are small, they fit in your pocket. And what I would normally use them is for the flashes. I don't know if these ones are great for the SB900, but just to give you an example. Okay, it's raining. Well, you know, let's put this on top of it. I don't think the SB900 are weather sealed like the D3S is, so put it on top of it. You can also get Nikon sells something that goes around there, which you can get for about £20, $20, whatever the price is. But yeah, a little elastic at the bottom, and that's your flash protected. Now, if you are a professional photographer, you should use professional equipment. That's my view. And professional equipment is weather seal. Obviously, you're not gonna go under a torrential rain and expect to stay under this for an hour. But no, you can go outside with your equipment unprotected for, you know, a small period of time. If the rain, it's okay, and take shots. Obviously, the only thing I would worry is obviously getting the optic weights, because you may get some blur on the picture, so that's something to avoid. But again, what I personally do is I don't really use any protection for this, but what I do is I've always got a jacket with me, the North Face jacket that I use, you know, it's kind of this material that is impermeable. So I normally put my hands in there, put a cap on top. I don't really worry about protecting myself, but if I need to stay outside for a longer period of time, I will then try to kind of cover the equipment. Yeah, so little food bags like this, they're great. They're very cheap, reliable. You can see what you're doing. The flash will go through without a problem. There is no interaction. You can press the button without having to take the plastic off. So that it's a great great thing to have, and as I say, it's very cheap and it will save you probably your equipment if you worry about it. The other thing you need to think about is an umbrella, because obviously the bride and groom may not be too keen on going outside to get pictures, but as long as you can make them understand that going outside taking pictures will get good pictures, you know, and it's important that you do it even if it's only for 10 minutes. I have a couple of umbrellas, I've got a couple of them, and well, they're great, you know. You can have the bride and groom underneath these umbrellas and they'll be protected and they won't mind, as long as you again prepare yourself for the worst. You should know what to do. For example, when I scout a location, I always scout a location thinking about bad weather. Okay, if it's going to be raining, what picture I'm going to get, because it's very important. I think if it's raining, you have to have your shot prepared. You have to know where you're going to be placing your bride and groom. You need to know how long it's going to take you, so you can give them an idea. But you should be really prepared for this, because it happens, and when it happens, you know, you get commissioned to do a job, you've got to do it whatever the weather is. It's like if you're sick, you're not going to call the bride and groom and say you're sick on the wedding day, sorry I can come. You know, that's just not possible. So yeah, my recommendation really is more of a state of mind, you know. Take the weather, the bad weather, as an opportunity to get different pictures. Think about when you go and present your work to the bride and to the next couple, show them the pictures you've taken under the rain and show them, you know, it's okay. If the weather is bad, it's okay. I'm here to take good pictures, I'm here to solve the issues here. Leave it to me, this is my job, and I can make good pictures out of bad weather. I don't know, it's just a tip really. I know a lot of people worry about the weather. I don't. For me, again, I'll say again, it's an opportunity to get different photographs. If you have any question, let me know down below, subscribe, and yeah, love to hear your thoughts. Cheers, see ya.